Long ago, beyond the hills and rivers, lay the village of Abodowani. It was a beautiful place with fertile soil, tall palm trees, and a market that bustled with laughter. But there was one thing strange about Abodowani. The men had abandoned farming, hunting, and crafting. Instead, many of them sold themselves to passing strangers for coins and gifts. They wore bright beads, painted their bodies, and said proudly, "Why suffer in the hot sun when pleasure can fill our pockets?" The women worked hard in the fields and markets, raising children while the men chased easy riches. At first it looked like fun, but slowly balance was slipping away. The women grew weary. Their backs ached from carrying water. Their hands cracked from tilling the soil. At night, they whispered among themselves, "Our men are losing their honor. Our village is losing respect. What will become of our children?" One evening they gathered before the oldest elder, Papa Nana, who sat under the iroko tree. His white beard touched his chest as he sighed deeply. "My daughters, a house where only one pillar holds the roof will one day fall. Balance must return, or this village will suffer." But when Papa Nana spoke to the men, they laughed at him. "Old man, you know nothing. We are enjoying life. Leave us alone." One Harmattan season, a traveler entered Abodowani. He was tall, with eyes full of wisdom, and his staff glowed faintly under the moon. Amma, a kind maiden, offered him palm wine and food. The stranger thanked her and walked through the village. He saw the women bending over farms while the men lounged, decorated and careless. He shook his head and said, "This land is unbalanced. A bird with one wing cannot fly. Do you not fear the eyes of the spirits?" The men mocked him. "Stranger, mind your path. This is our way." But the stranger only smiled and whispered, "Then let the spirits be your teachers." That very night the skies rumbled. Thunder roared as if drums of war were beating in the heavens. Lightning struck the marketplace, splitting the ground open. From the crack rose voices like wind and fire. "Abodowani, you have traded your honor for coins. You have lost balance. From today, your wealth shall turn to dust." By morning it was so. The men's shiny coins had become dry leaves. Their beads crumbled in their hands. The strangers stopped visiting. Hunger crept into every home. The men who once laughed now sat in shame. At last, the men came crawling to Papa Nana. "Father, forgive us. Tell us, what must we do to heal this land?" The elder lifted his staff and said, "To regain your honor, you must sweat again. Work with your hands till the soil protect your families. A man who sells himself loses his spirit, but a man who works builds his pride." And so, the men went back to the farms. Their hands blistered, their backs bent, but slowly they grew strong. They learned to fish, to weave nets, to build again. Amma, the maiden who had helped the stranger, taught the children a song. "A village without balance will stumble. A man without honor will fall. But with respect and hard work, we rise together, one and all." The children sang it as they played, and soon the whole village remembered the lesson. Years passed, and Abodowani became a village of honor again. They told their story to every visitor, how once men sold themselves and lost everything, but by returning to balance, they found dignity again. The elders would end with a proverb: "A person who sells his honor for meat will one day eat shame for soup." And so, the tale of Abodowani was carried from village to village, reminding everyone that wealth without dignity is emptiness, but balance brings true strength. Moral: in every home, every family, and every village, both men and women must share the burdens of life. Honor and hard work are worth more than gold.